And in August 2023, you had a tryout for WWE.
Yeah. Meeting Santi and them was cool, man. But I was nervous because I did social media pretty much on my own.
Yeah.
Like no collabs.
So, being 24 years old, are you looking to settle down right now?
The truth is like I'm not happy with how I look at all. Like,
Really? Right now?
No, like right now I'm not. What I want to do next in terms of cooking, I want to do a cookbook.
Oh, that would be fire.
I would love to do a cookbook.
Would you ever date a fan? All right, welcome back to another episode of the After High School podcast. If you don't know me, my name is Anthony Hernandez, and with me today, I have a very special guest. Please introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? My name is Pablo Zolezzi.
Yes, we have come all the way to Houston to interview this man and another guest, which you guys will see next week. But let's kick this off by saying, Pablo, is it true?
Oh my gosh.
Is it true that you've been to Japan?
Oh my gosh. You scared me. I thought we were starting off pretty intense.
All right. I just want to break the ice, you know. And
Oh yeah, I've been to Japan.
Yeah.
Have you heard?
Yeah, I think I heard.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if you know this, but this podcast is called the After High School Podcast. I do like to touch a little bit when you were in high school or like that whole high school journey for you and going to college because I know you've been in college.
Cool.
And because I think it's a very important time in everybody's life, and that kind of makes the character that you go on to be for like the rest of your life. And that's where you start. So Pablo, you grew up in Brownsville, Texas. Your birthday is January 8th, 2001. You're 24 years old, and you went to St. Joseph Academy, right?
I did, yes.
Okay. But before that, let's talk about middle school, because that's where it all starts, in my opinion.
Oh my gosh, middle school.
Can you describe Pablo Zolezzi in middle school?
Pablo Zolezzi in middle school was about the same height, maybe 6'2" instead of
Actually?
6'3". Yeah. But I was like 140 pounds.
Damn.
So I was like frail up to like my sophomore year of high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what type of student were you? Like, if you were to describe it in one word, were you like the jock, the like class clown?
I wouldn't say then. I feel like then I was like the typical wearing like the three stripes, soccer pants with like the indoor shoes. And I was reselling. But not like shoes or anything. I was reselling like Yeti cups. Like when we came, I bought like a bunch of reps on like Alibaba or something. And I was selling them.
This is the third person. This is the third person I've interviewed who said that they resold stuff in high school or middle school.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's funny. But yes, what was at this point? What were your dreams and aspirations like as a kid? Because I know they're gonna change as you get older, but what were they at this point?
I think in middle school, I really wanted to be. Man, what did I want to do in middle school? I didn't really want to do much. I think I wanted to be an astronaut in middle school, or like I wanted to do like paleontology, but like I didn't. I thought there would be like more money in it, I think, and then I just never.
Okay.
I never really did it.
And when I was doing my research, I found out you did like a lot of charity work, like when you were younger.
I did a lot of charity work.
You did you packed meals for kids in Africa.
Dude, how did you find all this? What the heck?
fed. I don't know if the organization is called Feed Starving Children or that's what you did, because that's what it said when I was looking into it.
Yeah, it was called Feed Starving Children, I think, or with Sacred Heart or something like that.
And then you also visited like people at nursing homes, like daycares and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that I want to do that more. Like there's like adult daycares for like people with like special needs and stuff that like nobody really visits, and it was cool that I got to go to those a lot.
And was that your decision to do that, or was that something your parents were kind of telling you to do?
It was more like a group of people at my school that we were like, let's do it, and we ended up doing it. It was fun. It was fun. But no, my parents never really told me to do any of that stuff.
Okay.
Although they encouraged it, they never like, tienes que ir, mijito. Blah, blah, blah. Typical.
Okay. And then when you're 13, you started competing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Holy dude, I'm not gonna lie. I just had zero expectations because I'd never been on a podcast before, right? Well, one, but a long time ago. But I just didn't know what to expect. And dude, you have like I'm looking over at your phone. And it's like
I don't want you to see.
Notes. But yeah, I started competing in track and field in general at 13. Yeah.
Okay. And if for people who don't know, what is a discus thrower?
The discus is like it's like a heavy disc like this that you spin around.
Okay.
And you throw it like that. It's an Olympic sport. That it's like another event in track and field, kind of like the shot put that a lot of people do, or like the javelin or the hammer throw.
And why did you choose to like start going in that field? Because you know you could do track, you can do like all the other stuff you just said right now. Why'd you choose that?
So, like I said, I was super skinny, so it just didn't make sense at all. But I remember there was a PE class where we tried each event, and I was like, I swore I was a super athlete when I was little, which I wasn't looking back. But I tried everything. I tried like sprinting, I tried like high jump, triple jump, discus, and everything. And then I think it was like 8th grade year that my coach was like, "Yo, Pablo, like I think you have a lot of potential here." And I was like, you know what, fuck it, like, or I can't cuss, right?
No, you can cuss.
Okay. Like, fuck it, like, let's stick to it. Boom, we stuck to it, started training every day, and I started, getting better at it way faster than I was supposed to, and I ended up falling in love with it.
And how do you train for that? Because I was wondering that. Since you're, like, at age 13, what do you do? Is that, like, going to the gym, or you actually just keep...
I didn't actually do the gym thing until, like, sophomore year of high school, but, like, it's crazy because it looks like such an easy thing to do, like spinning and throwing, but like it's like these tiny little details in like how you step and like what way your hand is rotated a certain angle or whatever that like changes like meters at a time, and then it's like it's easy to do, but it's super hard to like perfect.
I found out about that because I was going through Steven. I had Steven on the podcast, and one of his oldest videos was like him stitching your video where you do it really fast and you throw and you're like making these faces, and then he like duets of him like punching you.
That's pretty funny, man. He had like 2 million views or 2 million likes or something.
And then that's when I started going down, and I started like looking more into it when it was time for your pod. But you end up playing football for 4 years. So how are you doing both sports at this time, or you?
I think I did football 3 years.
Oh, 3 years.
Well, I did it in middle school. So,
okay.
But like in high school, I did it 3 years because freshman year, like the coach told me, like, dude, you're too small.
Yeah.
Like, do not do this. You're gonna get hurt. And then I started doing it sophomore year. I was doing both sports and also soccer. I actually thought I was gonna do soccer in college, not track. But then I injured my shoulder in football. Damn. And I stuck to track. Non-contact sport. Can't get hurt.
Oh. And you didn't want to like continue it like after you got like after the injury?
So I had offers in for football in college, but nothing like Texas A&M, right? But if I had been to a college like game for football before I graduated high school, like I think I would have definitely pursued it because I had never felt like that atmosphere. It's crazy. Like a football game in college is just like at A&M.
And you don't get any of that when you're doing like the
discus. No, not even close. No. Definitely not.
Okay. And at this point, before you go into college, what is your goals at that point? Like let's say senior year, high school, what was the plan? Was like, I'm gonna go to college, do like discus, and then go to school for whatever you're majoring in, or
So I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have a plan. I feel like I was like most people. Like I had no plan. I had no idea what I was gonna study. I did know I wanted to do sports, and I had signed like verbally with University of Houston, and then things fell through because I went to it's crazy because the only reason I ended up at A&M was because like it was maybe like February, and I had an athletic class, right? And I went to my coach. I was like, "Coach, do you have any shorts I could borrow?" I forgot mine, and he's like, "Yeah, I got you." And he goes, "Step into my office real quick. I gotta ask you something." And I stepped in. Shout out Tino. Shout out Coach Tino. He was like, "Yo, Pablo, like, so you're going to Houston, right?" And I'm like, "Yes, sir." And he goes, "If you could go anywhere, like any university, and like sports wasn't involved, where would you go?" And I was like, Texas A&M. Like I would love to go to Texas A&M. And he was like, "Have you reached out to them?" And I'm like, No, I haven't." And then he goes, "Okay, sit down." And like he like collected like all these videos of me throwing, like all my stats, and he found the email online of like the head coach of Texas A&M. and he wrote him an email like, hey, there's this athlete, blah, blah, blah. His name's Pablo. Here are his highlights. He would love to go to your university. Boom, send it to him. And then he's like, okay, you could go now. 2 weeks later, I was at regionals, and I got a call after the meet that I had won from the head coach of Texas A&M, and he's like, hey, Pablo, how you doing? And I'm like, I'm good. How are you, sir? And he's like, you want to throw for A&M? And I was like, what? And that was super cool. That was super cool.
Because this was your dream school as a kid, right?
Yeah. Texas A&M was like, I mean, I always saw it as like a super smart school, as well as like UT. I feel like UT and Texas are like, or UT and A&M are like the staples for Texas. And then there's like Rice, TCU, SMU. But like I really wanted to go to Texas A&M because I was like more country myself, and I liked it. It just worked out.
And you go there, and then your sophomore year, you win states, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how was that feeling?
State?
Yeah.
State was cool. I'm not going to lie. It was cool. Sophomore year was unexpected because there was like these big dudes that were supposed to win it. But I just like, there was like that one throw where like everything connected. You know, like in like an anime movie when like everything slows down and it like replays like 3 times? It was like that. And then it just, oh my God.
All right, I want to read something that you said in an interview. Like, I'm pretty sure like somewhere around that time. I just want to read it back to you, and then I want to get your thoughts on it.
Okay.
This you're talking about winning. Winning the discus state championship for Texas as a sophomore has been the highlight of my high school career. I have learned that being a student athlete is much more than having outstanding athletic abilities while maintaining exponential grades. Throughout the years, I've learned that my academic abilities are not only an asset to your performance if you're an athlete. I fucking messed this up. I'm not good at reading, as you can see.
Me neither.
To your performance if your attitude is right. I have learned that sacrifice and commitment are all crucial in order to be a college student. My goal is to be able to tell my kids that I've exceeded through high school and college, not only as a student, but as an athlete as well. I come from a small border town in Texas where all dreams seem unobtainable, but I hope to be able to rise above all the people telling me I can't do it. I have been blessed with amazing coaches and extremely grateful for the people that I have been able to meet. And I'm excited for what the future holds.
I said that?
Yeah.
God. And there's no ChatGPT back then.
No.
That's all me.
Yeah.
Damn, that's sick.
How does it feel hearing that back?
You know, that's crazy. I was thinking about that like yesterday. I was like, I wonder what like younger me would have thought. And that's crazy. Like I feel like I definitely proved myself right. I did it. Yeah. I did. I mean, I went through college. I graduated. Letterman Club in A&M. Pretty cool. I'm on the, I don't know if you know this, but like I'm on the like top 12 for A&M. So like I'm like my name's on the wall at A&M. So
oh shit, that's like, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
I don't know. That's crazy. I guess I did have a lot of goals growing up. I still do.
Yeah.
And I did chase those. Landed on some stars.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The heck. How did you find that?
I'll tell you afterwards, but I was a lot of like Google.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. And you were also studying economics, right?
Oh yeah, my freshman year.
Okay. That's your major?
In A&M, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went in studying economics. I failed out of like half of my classes because I wasn't going to class. And then I switched majors, and then I switched majors again, and then I switched majors again. And then my academic advisor like messed up on my major change. So I switched majors again, and then I found what I wanted to do.
And what was that?
I was studying university studies architecture. Okay. Which is like essentially engineering and the middle of engineering and like general management or general construction management.
Okay. And during this time when you're switching all these like majors and you're switching classes, a lot of people fall into like a depression.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just like get lost.
For sure.
So was that happening to you, or was like your mind?
I feel like I was definitely going through some episodes.
Okay.
Depressive and like a lot of anxiety, especially for like the future. Like, what am I gonna do? My life is gonna end. Like, I wasted these years. A lot of things were going through my mind. But I think like the biggest thing with that was that helped me with in terms of like like helping my anxiety and my depression with like what I'm doing in college was like not being afraid to take the leap of faith and switch majors again and again and again. Because if I would have stayed with economics, man, I would have been so upset. I'm not saying like I did my career after, right? But I was so excited to work the job that I was going to be working. So I don't know. I would just say like if you're struggling out there, definitely don't be afraid to try something new. Yeah. Something eventually is going to work.
Because I have a lot of friends who are in college. I myself didn't go that path, and I knew I wouldn't do good in it, so I kind of avoided it and all like the fees that come with it.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of them are going through the same thing where they're now switching majors already, like a year or two in. But you posted your first TikTok on December 5th, 2019. At least that's what it says on your page, at least. Because a lot of people go back and delete stuff. That's what I did.
I definitely
Okay. Yeah.
But I posted in 2019?
Yes. One video, and then a few months later, you start posting consistently near the end of 2021. So
damn, so I've been doing this for a few years now.
Yeah. And then you already know like the type of videos. Well, how do you describe the type of videos you make?
I definitely started differently. I used to do like a lot of like Chad face. Chad face?
The little like the thing extends your face.
Like,
yeah.
Like, yeah, like that. And then it used to like, man, that used to be my thing. I had like a whole community. We were like a few creators. It was like Logan Chitwood, Keith Holland, Lean Beef Patty was one of them, Max Taylor. All these like creators that were like huge. Like no matter what they posted, like it was just boom, 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 boom. And including myself too, I was doing the chat. But then I realized like I can't monetize that. Like it was just like, I'm getting all these views, but I can't get any dollars from it. So I started switching my content towards like trying to target people more my age or older.
Yeah. But at that time, like in 2021, when you start posting consistently, what made you start posting consistently, like in the easiest form, like,
So 2021, I mean, I was posting kind of like here and there.
Yeah.
Right?
But then you start like, I looked through the dates and it was just like pretty like, 2 days later, a day later. And then you start consistent.
And then like 5, 6 a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10 a day. What happened, funny enough, was so I was posting because I loved making these videos. And I was posting on YouTube since I was like 11. I just always liked making videos or like entertainment and all that. And then I remember I had a girlfriend at the time that was helping me record and stuff. And that semester my classes were pretty easy, so I had a lot of time. And we broke up. And then I was like, fuck, I have so much time. Like, what do I do? And then I started posting videos, and I was getting like all this like affirmation from random ass people on the internet, like, yo, this is so funny, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yo, people love this. So I put a smile on my face, and then I was like, damn, this video got 500 likes, and only 2,000 people saw it. And I was thinking like, damn. That ratio's crazy, like, if you think about it. Like, if you go into a room and there's 4 people, and one of them likes your stuff, like that's a good ratio. Yeah. So like, I was just thinking like, okay, so if I could pump these out, like it'll work. And the plan was never to do what I'm doing now. Like I can't believe like now I'm in a podcast, crazy, one of the largest podcasts in the world.
No cap, yeah.
And I got a lot of things going for me now, and it's just crazy how far it's come. I don't think I've ever really looked back to compare, and I've never looked forward to compare. Like I'm just kind of taking it day by day.
And at that point, did you care what people were thinking about you posting your videos, like relatives, like brother, sister?
Oh yeah, so I used to have a name called Slim Jim Killa on there. That used to be my username.
Why that name?
Dude, to be honest, I had like user something, and I was like, I need to make this as random as possible, so like whatever company I'm trying to work for never finds my TikToks. And then it kind of just got to the point where like there was no going back. Like a company's gonna find my stuff regardless. Yeah. So I changed my name to my name because I realized like some of the biggest have like their name, like Noah Beck, Bryce Hall, Charlie D'Amelio. All these people have like their name as their thing. So I was like, okay, either I get my name or I think of something that's catchy, and I couldn't think of something that's catchy, so I just went with my name. Okay.
So at that, when you're posting all these videos and they start to get traction, were you ever like, oh, this is how I'm gonna get famous through TikTok, or this is how I become an influencer?
I don't think becoming an influencer or getting famous was ever my plan. I mean, I think to this day I still struggle with saying that I'm an influencer.
Okay.
Like I always bring up the quotations, no matter who I'm talking about or to. I'll be like, yeah, I'm an influencer.
So when you meet somebody, guy or girl, like you're like, oh, what do you say? Like they're like, oh, what do you do for work?
I usually say I do real estate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do real estate.
It's true though.
Or I do social media content.
And I was looking through, I scrolled up a little bit more, and then I saw that you were bald, and it was because you got
I had a hair transplant.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. Shout out Turkey, man.
Yeah. I wanted to talk
crazy.
about that a little bit because I feel like a lot of people don't know that.
No, yeah. I mean, yeah. I think I'm definitely gonna make a video like going in depth about it, but I mean, I'd love to talk about it here. I'm saying that for anybody that wants to know more about it. But yeah, so basically, I started balding. I knew I was balding because my brother's bald and my dad's bald, and I was just like expecting it. And then in terms of the hair transplant, I was not gonna do it. Like I had looked into it here and there, but I was never gonna do it. And then I saw Chris Bumstead. You know C-Bum?
I'm pretty sure I know him. I'm not sure.
Olympia,
Okay.
So I saw C-Bum did a hair transplant, and I was like, it was a freaking image of like manliness can do it. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it too. Okay. So C-Bum did it. I did it. I reached out to the company that did his now.hairtime, and I reached out like, hey, are you guys trying to do some promo for me? I'm down. And so boom, they paid for everything.
And I'm not sure if you're joking or you were being for real. There was like a list of things you couldn't do when you got the
no, you can't fuck, you can't drink, you can't smoke.
Damn.
You can't masturbate.
Yeah.
You can't you can't do shit after a hair transplant for like 2 weeks, and those are like the longest 2 weeks I've ever had. Like,
was it painful at all or no?
Oh my gosh, it was miserable. It was miserable. Some people have very different experiences, even like with the same doctors or whatever. It just kind of depends how your body reacts. But for example, the worst part was like the anesthesia. So first they like, I don't know what they do, but it feels like deep needles that go like all the way through, dong, 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 and they burn because like you feel it going in all the way, and then when they pull it out, it's like, it just is horrible. It's horrible. And then boom, so they do the whole back first, right? First they shave your head, then they put all the anesthesia, and then they plug, like they drill out every follicle. So I was there for 4.5 hours, right? And then they flipped me for another 4.5 hours to put in the hairs. So yeah, I was there for like 9 hours getting these hairs fucking plugged into me.
Sheesh. Because I seen the first person I saw do it was Mike, from Mike Malak. He's cool with Logan. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I saw him do it, and then I looked through your page. I was like, oh, I remember like seeing, because you can't wear anything on your head, right? For those.
You can't wear anything on your head for I think like 14 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you recommend it now, like after you've done it, like to anybody who's looking into it?
Looking into it, if you're looking into it, I would wait till like, so if you are already like, let's say 25 and you notice like you're already taking like pills like minoxidil or finasteride, and you notice like your hair loss slowed down, like it's definitely slowed down, then I recommend you do it. 100%. Okay. If you're 19, 20 and you're balding rapidly, do not do it because you're going to continue to bald, right? And then boom, like whatever you get, like you're just going to have like a weird line, which I'm going to have to get another hair transplant in the future because I'm still balding from like up here. Ooh. But like that's something that I knew that I was going to do going into it.
Okay. So if you're like 19 and you're balding, like it's wraps.
Yeah, dude. If you're 19 and you're balding, just call it quits, bah. Just like make some bread. Like make bread and you'll be chilling.
Toupee always works. Okay, a big thing that I'm into and like it's a big passion of mine, I want to somehow work with them, is WWE. And in August 2023, you had a tryout for WWE.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was crazy. You want me to tell you a little bit about it?
Yes. I want to know how that came about.
So I was already doing social media for a while. This is 23. I started in 21 consistently. And I was in my last semester. I had signed with my company that I was going to work with. They were J Dunn. It was a general contracting company in Austin. It was like my dream job. Boom. I was going to be a project engineer starting position. And then I went to my study abroad that summer to finish my semester, finish college. So yeah, it was July 2023, and I was in Barcelona. And I got an email. Whenever you get emails from a brand, it says like, Nike X Pablo or Adidas X Pablo. This one said WWE X Pablo, and I was like, what the heck? So they reached out to me and they wanted me to do this program. She was like, can you hop on a call? I was like, absolutely. So I hopped on the call, and then she was just telling me all these things. She's like, so since you're in college and you're an athlete, because they were trying to recruit like college athletes.
Yeah.
And I had like a huge social media following. So it was kind of like perfect, right? So boom, they recruited me and they wanted me to do this like college student thing where like as a student in college, they're paying me monthly to train.
Yeah.
And then flying me out to events, like all of them with like backstage passes and everything. And then I was like, hey, unfortunately, like it's my last semester of college. I can't do that. And they were like, no worries. Would you still want to be in the like WWE, like try out? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. So we set it up. They flew me out to Detroit. And this was what day was it? Do you know?
I don't know the exact date.
I'm pretty sure it was like August 16th.
Okay.
So I was supposed to start my job August 16th. And this was August 10th that they flew me out.
No.
Right. So at this point, my job has no idea that I might be a WWE star in the future. And these guys have no idea that I'm going to be doing my job. So I was like, all right, I'm going to check out the tryouts, see how it goes. And if it goes well, boom, I'm going to run it. So I get there. This was like crazy. Like the entire experience was like crazy. In terms of physicality, like this is no joke. Like your body is getting destroyed. Like
I know the ropes are really hard, and so is the ring.
The ropes, like it'll like mark you up, but like people think like, oh, it's all fake. Like these guys are not getting hurt. No, these guys are getting beat up. Like it is crazy. Like I have way more respect now for people in WWE than I did before. Not that I didn't have any respect. I had a lot of respect, but now it's like boom. Cause like that shit is crazy. So basically we went through like a lot of training where like we did like the clotheslines, we went off the ropes. And that part was fun. I think like out of like 10 of us, like 6 people had a concussion. Like it was like crazy. Like this shit's crazy. And then after that we did like the promo stuff. So like I had to do like, you know, my name, like who I was. And they had given me like Latin Lover. Like that was my name. So my name was Latin Lover and I was performing in front of Shawn Michael. And like all these cameras on me and stuff. And that to me, like I froze. Like I had a stage fright. And my friend, his name's man, I can't remember his name, but I was going up against him, and he's doing really well now.
Yeah,
like he's in it right now.
Oh really?
Yeah, in NXT.
NXT?
Yeah.
Oh really?
And he's doing really good. He's like, he went to like the level up thing.
Okay, what's his name? You can look it up.
Harlem.
Okay.
1 second.
Because I know a few people in NXT, but like NXT is like right below.
Yeah,
Raw
but like
SmackDown,
he's been growing fast.
Okay.
So let me see this real quick.
Because when I saw that, I was like, ain't no way. Because I was going through your Instagrams and like all your socials, and when I saw that, I was like, no way. Because that's something I want to get into. I don't know if I would be a wrestler. I don't know if I meet the requirements.
This is him, Harlem Lewis.
I think I have seen it.
He just started, but like, I mean, he started 6 months ago.
No, but
and he's dating this girl. Do you know who she is?
Cora Jade. I think I'm not sure. Gotta check that out.
Yeah, Cora Jade.
Oh my God.
So he's dating her, and like he's been growing and growing.
She just, that girl that you just showed me, main evented an event on Saturday for NXT.
Really?
Yes. So she's pretty well known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really
shit.
Shout out Harlem, man. You're gonna go places.
Shout out you and come on the podcast, please.
Yeah. And then so it was crazy. I got there, I did it. And I knew right away, like maybe like the second day, and I was like, this isn't for me. I can't do it. Like, I can't do this. Like, I was just thinking, like, I can't. Like, I just can't. Like, it was just so much. It was so much. And then I was imagining, like, the crowds, and I was like, I can't. Like, it's just not for me.
Really?
Or maybe in the future. Maybe, like, I was so, like, fresh into, like, cameras and social media that it was just something so out of the ordinary for me. But maybe in the future, things will change.
I feel like you have the exact build that they're looking for.
You think so?
Yes.
That's what
and
they
even
thought.
the height.
That's what they thought.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, man, like now, yeah, I don't know. Maybe in the future.
I'll help you, and then you gave me tickets to WrestleMania.
Bet.
Oh my God. Like
and then I remember I was there, and I was just like, I posted a Snapchat, and I had nobody on my Snapchat. I think like 4K people, and it was just like I mean, nobody has in terms of like my social media numbers, and I was like, I'm done with this. I can't. It hurts. And someone on their Twitter, like a WWE page, were like, get Pablo out of here. Like, he's so ungrateful, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my gosh. I just stepped on so many toes accidentally.
Damn.
So luckily, like nobody was too mad. But then I got a call 2 months later, like, yo, this isn't for you. But from going to that tryout, I was just like, there's no way I'm going to work a 9 to 5 after this. Because I saw the potential of like, you know, doing something that I love every day. So I just locked in on social media after that.
Wow. That's crazy. Because when I saw, like I already said, I was fam. I was like, what? That's literally what I want to do. I don't know if I'd be able to do what they do in the ring because I'm just not athletic like most people are. But like if it's something behind the scenes, like if they need an interview or sign me up or something, you know, I really want it to happen.
I have no doubt in you. And bro, seeing the shit that you've been doing, bro, you're gonna do whatever you want.
And like, there's a wrestler out here. He's the son of a wrestler who's passed away. I really wanted to get him on the pod. I don't think it's gonna happen, but we're so close to making it happen.
Who is it?
I think you have to blur this out because his name's his dad is.
Oh shit!
And he was like a really big wrestler when he was fighting. He had like so many matches with Jeff Hardy, and he was gonna be, I guess, like a big star because I was such a big fan of him when I was a kid, and I bought his wrestler, the only one wrestler that they released for him. Like I was such a big fan of him, and he has a son now who wrestles on like Independence, but all his family's like The Rock, Roman Reigns, like the big, and like all his family's in it except him. So I really wanted to get him on the pod because he was out here in Houston, like he lives out here.
Yeah, that would be sick.
What's good, Terry? So you got these in a size 9.5? Go ahead. I think these fit, man. But for everybody always asking me where I get my wrestling tees from, it's from my boy Terry's brand, Parts Unknown Media here in Houston. But besides that, he also has a store. What is the address again?
Oh yeah, the address is 5859 Fairmount Parkway. That's Pasadena, Texas, 77505. If you're ever in the Houston area, need sneakers, streetwear, vintage, local brands, we got you covered, guys. See you here. We're open 7 days a week. Peace.
All right, let's get back to the podcast. Okay, so you're growing on social media, and I can't tell you the exact date. I think I had it and I lost it. You end up meeting Santi, and then you build that connection, and then you come here to Houston. Mm-hmm. So how was that first time when you were meeting Santi and all the boys?
First time meeting Santi, I don't think I met Ray.
On the first time?
I think I met Ray one time before I moved.
Okay.
In with him. But meeting Santi and them was cool, man. But I was nervous because I did social media pretty much on my own. Yeah. Like no collabs, no nothing, just on my own. Mm-hmm. So meeting another creator for the first time was kind of like I have no idea what to expect. Yeah. But Santi seemed cool on his page. I hadn't seen his stuff before. Mm-hmm. I had seen it here and there. But then when I got there, it was like instantly like vibes. Boom, 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 boom. Mm-hmm. Popping out videos, you know, planning the future and stuff. And then I went by my day. I went home. I thought I'd see him again, but not like consistently. And then boom, saw him again like a year later. Because actually, the reason I came was because Jerry wanted to film a YouTube video. Mm. And I was like, bet I'll pull up. And then the second time, Santi wanted to make a video. Or Jerry again. I don't remember. But yeah, they were always super nice to me. And, you know, the vibes were just there. And then I met Ray whenever I moved in. And I didn't really fuck with him, but... Nah, Ray's cool. Cool. I love Ray.
Okay, because I'm new to, like, collabing or doing videos with people, too. Because over there's nobody, like I said. And if there are influencers out there, or, like, just barely starting, I always, like, reach out.
Oh, really?
And there was something I was supposed to bring you because of this guy who I know out there. He does some cool stuff. And I told him to do something. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get it done in time.
No.
And I told him, I was like, bro, it would have been so cool. Like, for him, but also, like, just to give to you, your reaction, I know would have been crazy.
What? Tell him to send it over.
We got to work it out. But yeah. So, like,
Can I know what it is?
I don't know because I want it to be a surprise. Yeah. But yeah, we're going to make it work.
Well, you have my address if you want to be a surprise.
Yeah. So when you're like first meeting like more content creators, did you think they were gonna act how you thought they were gonna act, or like?
You know, I always had this like LA image of like influencers, like everybody stuck up. But luckily, for the majority of the influencers that I've met, they've been pretty cool. Mm-hmm. There's a good bit of influencers, especially like if you go to like a let's say you go to like an event, right? Like hosted by like a certain brand.
Yeah.
There's gonna be like a lot of people like trying to like big body you almost, like little bro you. But it's just like, dude, like you shut up. Like you piss me off. I don't want to be friends with you if you think your social media following is gonna be affected in our relationship. I don't know.
So I feel like that's coming for me because I haven't met anybody yet that has been like a dick, you know what I'm saying? But like, so many people have told me, oh, yeah, when you get to LA, there's a lot of people out there that are.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised. Like, it's not going to be anybody that you're going to be reaching out to. Like, it's, or maybe you do reach out to some of these people, but a lot of these people are just like, I don't know. I could never get somebody thinking that they're better than someone else because of their following or something. And it's so cringe to me to see it. I just like, it doesn't, I feel like it doesn't make me feel like upset about it. It's just more like, oh, like it gives me like the ick. Like, dude, what are you doing? Grow up.
Okay. And then back to like you and the boys, you end up moving in with them. And I kind of already know how it happened. You guys talked about it in a video, but I feel like a lot of people don't know that. So can you share how that came about?
Yeah. So basically, like there was a whole fall through with one of their friends, and it happened to be around the same time. I had just messaged. I was talking with Santi, like maybe like once a month.
Yeah.
At this point, and I was just like, yeah, bro, I think I might move to Houston, and I was in between moving to Houston or LA because I wanted to do social media like full time. And so yeah, one of their friends fell through, and I was actually at their house like that week that happened, or like the week before. So I was there the week before. Nothing seemed weird, but then of course everything happened, and
you were just there like, oh.
Like I got a call like a couple weeks later, like, yo, I know you're trying to move to Houston. A spot opened up in the house. You trying to move in? And I was like, fuck it, let's do it. My lease was ending soon in Austin, and I ended up moving.
Okay.
Yeah, it was cool, and I don't regret it at all.
Do you think you've made an impact in them or like how they act?
Do I think I've
like a positive impact?
I think so. I mean, I feel like I don't think I made an impact on them. I feel like they've done it all themselves. Okay. But I feel like I've definitely helped them see it a little more, I guess. I try to. I try to help them. I try to help myself. I just feel like even if I try to help them being in a better mood will also help me be in a better mood, if that makes sense. Whether it's for content or just in general, like happiness or I don't know. I try to help them. Cause
like I've been following most of y'all, like I think everybody since I was in like high school. You, of course, like a little bit later on. Once you first started getting to the group, that's when I was like, oh, I'm gonna check this guy out, and then that's when I started like following.
Yeah.
And like from what I've seen, like right now, I think it's like the most consistent everybody has been in like a good while.
Oh no, yeah, everyone's grinding right now.
Yeah, and like, cause like I remember me and my girlfriend watch y'all's videos like at night, so we'll like be like, oh, let's throw on like their video, and now it's just like, oh shit, like who do we watch? Cause like boom, 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 like everybody's posted.
I think in terms of that, like I help them because like I feel like I'm posting consistently, like very consistently, so they see it and they're like, fuck, Pablo's doing it. What am I doing? I gotta do it.
Yeah.
Like why? Like it almost makes it like, oh, I can't slack.
It's like friendly competition.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's always a good thing because like it's always good to have somebody pushing you. But we talked about how you or your thoughts were on you making an impact on them. Do you think they've made an impact on you?
For sure. For sure. I think they definitely made an impact on me. I've become a lot more comfortable on the camera. They've helped me. They're very positive. They're very positive. Like whenever I'm home, they'll just be like, "Are you okay, Pablo?" Ray Cien usually does that one, but yeah, no, they're very positive. Santi's obviously impacted me. I think he's very what's the word? He's very down to do anything. So like, let's say I'm like, yo, like we gotta film this. Boom, let's do it. Or like, yo, Pablo, I'm going to Miami for the Copa America. Do you want to go? Boom, let's go. I'm down. I don't know. So it's been it's been the craziest year of my life. So definitely have impacted me.
Okay.
In a
And
good way.
as you start to grow and grow, you're posting all these videos. Something that a lot of people struggle with are like reading the comments. Does that ever affect you? Because I know you got a lot of good, good compliments, a lot of edits and everything.
I definitely get a lot of hate too.
Yeah, I was about to say there has to be a little bit of hate, and does that ever affect you?
I was thinking about that today, like if I ever got asked that question, ironically. But it's funny because like I feel like I'm my biggest supporter, right? Like you have to be a little narcissistic in a way in terms of loving yourself, to be able to push through that. But you also got to be like your biggest hater, right? Like everything that they've commented, I've ran it through my mind like 5-6 times, right? So there's nothing new out there. And then whenever someone's commenting like something negative, like have you ever left a positive comment on something? Like on a video?
Yeah.
Like, like that video made you feel so positive that like you posted something positive.
Yeah.
These negative comments, it's the same thing, but like backwards. Like these people are in such a negative state at that moment. It could be something small, right? Maybe it doesn't have to be like a super hateful comment. But whatever they're like posting on the internet as a comment that's negative, it's just projecting, and they're usually like just upset with themselves. So I've never taken any offense to it. It's just like, I don't know. A lot of it's funny. Like, why do you think a comment's gonna get to me?
Okay.
It's just, I don't know.
I have the same like way of thinking about it, but it's when you bring in people who aren't in the space, that's when they kind of get affected by it. Has there been like I don't see you like crazy posts like about your family, but you have done videos with them. Has there been like a time where you brought somebody in, like, oh, come be in the video, and they've left a negative comment about them, and then they've read it?
That did happen. That did happen once.
Yeah, that kind of happens to me sometimes, and it's like, oh, like don't read into it. It's just a comment, but they're not used to it.
Yeah,
so they don't take it the same way.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely something. I feel like that's one thing that I would be afraid of, like to bring someone into my life, my social media life, in terms of like a partner or something. Like I'd be afraid for them to take it. I don't know.
But yeah, but since we're talking about like other people, I don't know how I said that. I don't know why I said that. Basically, what I'm trying to say, we have reached the love life segment of the podcast. This is a segment we have every single time in every single episode. So, being 24 years old, are you looking to settle down right now?
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
Are you actively looking?
No.
But you are looking to settle down.
I am looking to settle down.
But you're gonna let them come to you?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think I might let them come to me.
Okay. And do you?
I'm in no rush.
Okay.
I'm in no rush.
Okay. How many relationships have you been in?
Like dating? I've dated like 4 people. I've dated 4 people. 3 of them were great.
Oh.
3 of them were great. Yeah. One of them not so much.
Okay. And why do you think those relationships did not work out?
At the time I would have been like, oh, they were toxic. But
yeah.
I think I've definitely come to realize that I'm definitely a big part of the problem. Not entirely, right? I think they were also the problem. Like it was just kind of like I wasn't ready. They weren't ready. We weren't for each other, Like I feel like after a while, like either a relationship ends like, because someone cheated or because someone, wasn't loyal or whatever. But then there's also like we're just not compatible like that. You go your way, I'm gonna go my way, and then boom, chilling.
And do you have a list of qualities that you look for in that person, like in that someone?
Oof. Physically, not really, because like I've dated like a lot of different types.
Oh, okay.
But I think brunette is like something that I definitely look for the most part. But in terms of like personality, I like someone that can, be uplifting, bring me up whenever I'm a little down, or like is down for whatever. Like, yo, let's go to Colorado next week. Boom. Let's go to Colorado. Or like they have to love food. Like my love language is like food. Like if we go to a restaurant and you get like, if let's say you're my partner, like boom, you get your plate, I get my plate. If you don't offer me to taste your food, I'm gonna be pissed. Like that's my favorite part about eating. Like I like to try these things.
Okay. And I feel like I'm asking this question because I feel like a lot of people are interested in this. Would you ever date a fan?
Would I date a fan?
Yes.
Yeah.
You would?
For sure.
Okay.
For sure, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't date like a person that like has posters of me and I'm their wallpaper and
Okay.
But I feel like I wouldn't know that. Like, you know, like I don't think they would tell me off rip like, "Oh my god, I have your poster on my wall. Can I date you?" Like that I would not.
Okay.
I would not.
And do you think it's hard to maintain a relationship while being on social media?
Oh my god, yeah. It's impossible. It's impossible. Like for many reasons. Like you got to be okay with me like traveling to a different, you know, state or like hosting a club and like having like thousands of people or hundreds of people trying to like DM me daily and like you know, you have to be like very confident of yourself to be able to date an influencer.
Yeah.
Cuz like especially someone that does thirst traps for the most part. Like I do a lot of thirst traps, so I feel like it really looks like I am seeking the attention because the attention is views. But it's not like I'm seeking them for self-validation. It's more like I need them. I need those views for like my job.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
And if you were to, let's say, get in a relationship, would you tell your community, or was it something you would hide, or would you be like,
I
"Hey,
think
I'm in
that's
a
like
relationship"?
something that that's definitely something I would have to discuss with my partner, depending on how they feel about it,
Okay.
and like if it's the right time, how I would do it. I think I would make it public that I have a relationship, but not who my like girlfriend is.
Okay. And I feel like it's common when you're in a group with guys. Sometimes a girl comes like, "Oh, I like her too." Has that ever happened?
No.
Like, I'm not even talking about like with these guys, but like
Oh.
any time in general.
I mean, it's happened in the past, like in college or something. But like, it was more like one of those situations where like, "Oh, I'm gonna go talk to her. No, I'm gonna go talk to her," and then nobody goes talks to her. But like in terms of like the boys, no, that's never happened. That's never happened.
And we're kind of getting out the love segment, but when you see all these like edits, like all these like things about you, does that ever make you feel like, "Oh, I'm like super"?
I'm him.
Yeah.
Sometimes like I don't know if you saw like the Memo Choi edits. I thought those were awesome. So like, I don't know if it's a good edit, man. It makes me feel some type of way. I'm like, damn, like they're doing this for me. But like then there's like some edits that it's just like, I'm like, oh, that's cool, and I'll give it a like. But like the cool edits, I'm like, oh my god.
But I love that clip because like, I remember I went to that video and watched it, and you were like, "Oh, I'm going here," and then a lot of people don't know that unless they go watch the video, which is so funny.
No, but he wasn't doing it. No, but like again, like he wasn't doing it to tell me to go that way. He was doing it to play mind games with me.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna go there, by the way. You know, I don't know. That
but it was still clean. Like I can't dive. I've been putting goalie because I'm not a good soccer player at all. So they'll put me in goalie, and I cannot dive like that.
No, I usually play like forward, like left wing. But for some reason, I was taking that position a little serious, and I wanted to make sure I did it. But I didn't expect to block that goal at all.
And have like any close like relatives or like friends of yours been like, "Oh, you've changed" throughout like as you've been growing on social media?
No. I recently asked my family. I was like, "Do you guys think I've changed?" And they said like, "Not at all. Not at all. If anything, like, it's helped me see them more because I'm able to travel home without having to worry about like financials." But like, I haven't seen my cousins in a while, which kind of makes me sad. But it's just because like we're getting older, you know, like we're all going our different ways almost. But I definitely want to hang out with them more. They're really cool.
And like from what I've seen, you've been in pretty good shape for like a majority of your life. So what do you think about, or what motivates you to keep grinding in the gym? Yeah. Because a lot of people will work out, have a really good body, and then at one point they'll kind of go down and start to gain weight. Yeah.
I feel like there's a couple things on that. Like I'm always going to show my best angles on the internet, obviously, right? Because I'm trying to get clickbait or clicks. But the truth is like I'm not happy with how I look at all. Like
really? Right now?
No, like right now I'm not. So like I'll go to the gym and like I'll flex, and then I'll be like, damn, this is all right. And then I'll still record myself because I know I look good on camera. But like I still have like obviously like body dysmorphia that like, oh no, I need to get bigger. I need to get leaner. And I think it's just like the constant like self-hate almost. Not in like a pity way. Like this is like super normal for gym people. But it's just like a constant like how far do I want to take this? Like I want to get like shredded now. Like I want to be like super cut.
Do you see like going to the gym as a, I don't know how the proper word is. Is it hard to maintain going to the gym and still being consistent on YouTube or like social media? Because you wake up. I don't know if you go to the gym in the morning or night.
I go like at 11.
Okay, so that's the first thing you do, but you could also be like, oh, I could be filming this or I could be doing that. Do you think that ever gets in the way of?
I've tried to make my mornings like the productive part in terms of like non-video stuff. So like I'll go through my emails. I'll go through like, whatever I have to do. Like let's say for the house, I have to like talk to the electrician or, get stuff straight with like my clothing brand or like my candy brand that I'm working on. So it's just a lot of stuff behind the scenes. But that's what it is. I'm trying to do all the behind the scenes stuff in the morning, and then that way I have the afternoon to like film and like make TikToks and stuff.
Because when I was younger, I was pretty overweight as a kid. So anytime I work out pretty consistently,
you were overweight?
Yeah, I was really fat.
For real?
I was really fat.
Damn.
And now anytime, like it's never like, oh, I'm never in good shape, because I feel like most people who are overweight as kids have that like in the back of their mind, like body dysmorphia. I don't look good still. Like I can be going to the gym so
like
consistently.
You feel that way?
Yeah. I don't think I've ever been like, oh, I look really, really good right now.
Yeah, same. That's kind of how I feel. Well, there has been times that I feel like really good in the gym, and I think it's like tasting that it's like, oh yeah, I need to like push it, because like no amount of fast food will taste good enough, like in comparison of like you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like happy with how you look. Like that's just like unbeatable. Like. Like the self-confidence, the everything. It's just like, damn, like I'm doing this. Like I'm looking like this. It's so sick. And I've felt that a couple times. So I'm chasing that. I'm chasing that.
No, because I love food. Like I absolutely love it. And it's
I
always like
love food.
Around the holidays where it's like, oh, you're eating so much food back to back. Like Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving leftovers. It's just like so much. And I live like with my family, so they're always cooking.
Yeah.
So eating right is half of it, because you can be going to the gym as much as possible.
Like 70% of
it. And that's the thing why I struggle with the most is the eating part. I can go to the gym, like no problem, but eating right is something it's very hard to maintain. So talking about that, you are a pretty good chef, but how did you first start cooking, or who did you learn from?
So I started cooking when I was like 11, 12, when I started watching like Catch and Cooks on YouTube. Like I'd watch like these YouTubers go and fish these crazy fish, and then they'd come back and cook it. So that was kind of how I started. I hated fish, but I'd go fishing with like my dad when I was a kid, and I'd catch these fish, and I would just like, okay, let me see how good I could make this. So I started cooking there, and then boom, after like one thing after another, I started like seeing like, okay, my dad was grilling. I'm gonna go outside and pay attention. How long is he grilling it for? And I just started taking like mental notes here and there. And little by little, like it became my passion. Like I love cooking. And a lot of people hate cooking because like it takes too much time or like, all that. But to me, cooking is like my time to just like breathe. Like lock in on one thing. I'm not thinking about like TikToks. I'm not thinking about YouTube or anything. I'm just thinking about, cutting, sauteing a little bit. And it's cool. And then you see what you made. And have you cooked before?
Yeah, I think I've cooked before.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Whenever you cook, like it tastes better.
Yeah.
Like it tastes way better when you cook it.
I'm really good at making a bacon, egg, and cheese.
For real?
That's like the thing that I got kind of known for on TikTok was the polar videos. But then, and every single comment was like, this man ate a bacon, egg, and cheese this morning. Because I would show day in the lives on TikTok.
Nah, for real?
And every single day I was eating one. And I started gaining weight, again. But I can make like a really good bacon, egg, and cheese.
That's sick. But like, okay, so you have like overweight genetics, right? Because you were heavy.
Yeah.
Right.
You were big.
Like you gym consistently?
Bone. I gym like a good amount, maybe 5 times a week.
Consistent in the gym is at least 3 times. Like scientifically proven 3 times is ideal. like any more is obviously better, but like 3 times is like good. If you're going to the gym, you're watching what you eat for the most part. Would you say you still get to enjoy food?
I still get to enjoy food, but it's because I'm eating really bad. Like, not extremely bad, but I'm eating like meals that have a lot of like.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you're going to the gym consistently. You definitely had like a huge time where you didn't really eat much, right?
Yeah.
Like, maybe not much, but like you had a cut.
Yeah.
Where like you really watched what you eat for that time. And now you're at a point where like you can maintain. Like, you can still eat like shit, but you're not gonna do it every day. Like, you're eating like shit sometimes.
Yeah.
You're going to the gym consistently, and you still look good. Like, that's what like I feel a lot of these people that are overweight need to get to, because like a lot of these people think like, oh, it's impossible. Like, I could never do it. I can never give this food up. When you're not giving it up, like, you're just like spacing it out a little bit.
I definitely think if I was getting to that point, I would like turn on the switch to like start eating healthy and everything.
Yeah.
But I think like the big thing I do is not eating big portions. Like, if there's like, I'm getting a sandwich, it's pretty big, I'll cut in half, save the rest for later.
Yeah.
Like, before this, I was eating wings. I saved half for later.
Damn.
You know,
I could not do that.
I got what is it called? Fuck, was it? Pluckers, yeah. Because what's it called? This barber named Kevin. Do you know him? Okay, he cut my hair, and he told me, he was like, "Oh,
Bro,
go try this place out."
How would I know Kevin? There's like 80,000 barbers.
I don't know. It's because they cut their hair.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Kevin's your barber?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I was like, I don't know if he knows.
how the fuck did you find their barber, bro? You're crazy.
I put up a poll thing on my story, and everybody kept dropping his ad, and then I went on his page, and he cut. I saw like theirs. I was like, oh, like,
yeah, that's crazy.
I was like, perfect. And I followed him, and he messaged me. He was like, yo, I saw you're looking for a barber, and then he was like, oh, come through. And then this was a whole thing yesterday, where every Uber, the first Uber we took, we went to the wrong barbershop. We were there with all of our bags, and then afterwards, we couldn't find an Uber to take us to the right barbershop. Everybody kept canceling.
Damn.
One guy pulled up on us, and then the client, he was like, cancel. And then kept going. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
That's horrible.
we were there at that wrong barbershop for like 50 minutes, just waiting. And he still cut us.
For real?
And he was on his day off.
Damn, what a goat.
He was like, I was just like in here, like doing paperwork. So I was like, I'm gonna squeeze you in.
That's
I was
sick.
like, bro, you're the best. But yeah. But is there any plans to open a restaurant one day? Do you see yourself doing that?
Oof, that's a little too far ahead in my
Okay.
books. I think what I want to do next in terms of cooking, I want to do a cookbook.
Oh, that would be
I
fire.
would love to do a cookbook.
Because there's already a lot of people doing your recipes.
Yeah, bro, I see it all the time. Like, people doing like on TikTok, they're like doing Pablo's college pasta. And so right now, what I'm doing a list of where is it?
Recipes?
Yeah, Pablo's cookbook of
Whoa,
recipes.
that's cool.
And I'm writing down a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
but I want to get to at least 50 recipes. And then what I want to do with it would be like, so boom, I have like the cookbook, right? And then in each recipe, like, there's a QR code to the link of the video, and it's me cooking it as well. So like, if you don't want to read through it, you could just click, like, scan the QR code.
That's
go to
actually
the
really
video,
smart.
you know?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that would be so sick. Like, just thinking about me being on a book, that's like crazy.
And then like all the photos. I've seen like some cookbooks, and their photos are really, really good. I
Yeah.
feel like that's such an important.
Yeah, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
Does June 9th, 2023 mean anything to you?
June 9th, 2023. Dude, I messed my brother's birthday last year.
No, I know your brother's name. Your brother's name is Rodolfo or something.
Rodolfo, really,
yeah, okay, yeah.
That's crazy. What the fuck?
But I was asking because that's the day you first had your first job for your clothing brand.
Hey,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I knew that.
Naturally abnormal.
Naturally abnormal.
Yeah.
Naturally abnormal.
Okay.
Funny on that. I think I'm gonna change the name. Although I love the message behind that name.
I was gonna ask you, what is the message behind that?
Naturally abnormal was kind of like, I mean, I always found myself to be like weird and like, you know, kind of did my own thing. I never really conformed to the norm and stuff, you know, the typical stuff.
Yeah.
So I did naturally abnormal to be like abnormal just means weird or different. So I did naturally abnormal as in like naturally different, you know, like be yourself and embrace it instead of trying to like conform to.
It was hard looking for the page. Like,
Yeah.
I understand you didn't put like an ad. I was going through your videos. You'd be wearing the shirts and the sweats. no ad. And I was just like, bro, you're making this so hard. And then
dude, I need to like hire you for marketing, bro. You're a fucking genius.
I went through your like repost and I finally found one. It was like I was like, fuck yes. And then I looked through, but I like what you did because you did the videos where you're like updating on like every step of the way. Yeah. I think that was really cool. And a lot of people care about how you start a brand. I feel you should lean into how you started that and like the struggles you went through. Yeah. Because that just brings such a big audience from what I've seen. But yeah, I mean, like for everything I've seen, like you're definitely like already there. You know what it takes to make a drop.
Thank you. Yeah, and all of my clothing was like cut and sew. Like I had no blanks. I measured out all of my like I bought the raw material, sent it to the manufacturers bought the raw material, and then they used my like measurements. So like I was like I wanted this wide, I wanted this, and so it was just like an overstock. I think I spent like $23,000 on my first drop, which is crazy to think about. And I made a big number. I think first drop. Because I was selling like these, like the hoodies are like so high quality.
I know, like a lot of people don't get that part where that's where like
the quality is so high. I have some in Macau, and as soon as I get some, I'll send you some.
No, of course.
But they are like the best, like 550 GSM terry cotton, Egyptian terry cotton. Like it was just like, because I wanted to make sure it was something that I would wear confidently.
Yeah. That's a big thing that I also was thinking about when I was doing my drops. I really cared about the quality because I've received or I bought stuff from influencers. Like when I was little, like YouTubers, they'd be like, oh, buy this. And I would receive it. A day later, it would shrink or like it was just bad quality. So when I did it, I failed and I did so many dumb decisions, but it was all crucial because I ended up getting stuff how I wanted it to be.
But then it was so bad, like even to the point where like in my last drop, I had these sweatpants that came in, and the cuffs were too tight, so I stopped selling them the day after I dropped them. Damn. And I have all this overstock of pants because I didn't like how the cuff was. So I need to figure that out for that.
And it was your brand by itself, or were you with somebody? Like, did you do it?
It was me and a buddy from high school. Yeah.
Okay. Is it hard working with friends?
It's hard. It's hard because he's so busy right now, and he did a lot of like he made it a lot easier for me. But I really like if I were to partner with someone in the future, I really need someone that could like completely take it on and do everything. Because like it sounds stupid to think that like I have a tight schedule, but I have a super tight schedule now. Yeah. Especially with YouTube now, it's just like I'm always doing something at like random times of the day. So it's not like a 9 to 5, right? Like a 9 to 5 is insane. I'm not saying it's easier than a 9 to 5. No.
You don't want to get clipped.
I'm not saying that at all. I definitely think a 9 to 5 is hard. But I'm working like 7 days a week from like 9 to 3 a.m. Right? And then I'll have like a 2-3 hour break, 4-hour break where I don't do nothing. And then there's days where I don't do anything at all. But then it's just like the constant like. The weird part is really that I've had trouble with lately. It's like, do I enjoy it, like the moment? Or do I record? You know, like, should I record this right now, or should I just take it in?
And then sometimes when you're like, oh, I should record that.
Yeah. And then there's sometimes like, damn, I should have just enjoyed it. Yeah. So I don't know.
No, I know what it like the struggle of starting the brand from the ground up. That's the hardest part. But is there any future drops that we should expect this year? Like,
yeah. Actually, I'm dropping a summer drop. I'm doing a collab. Hopefully, I don't even know if I could say this, but with the Texans.
Oh, what the heck? That's fire.
A winter drop. So hopefully 3 drops this year.
That's cool though.
And then depending how they go. So for the summer drop, I'm gonna do like gym tank tops, like really high quality.
I was gonna say that.
And then I'm gonna do boxer briefs, like the wavy ones. And then I'm gonna do an oversized tee as well.
Okay, because I was thinking, but I was like, he goes to the gym and a lot of his content is like talks about the gym. I was like, it would be smart if he made. Yeah. And I was gonna say like now that you're saying the stuff about the cookbook, like the aprons of I don't know, do crazy.
Aprons too.
That would be.
Aprons would be crazy.
Like somehow make a bundle. You buy the book and the apron.
That would be sick.
That'd be stupid. A few weeks ago, I think it was like announced the TikTok ban.
Oh yeah.
And like that all happened. How did you feel when you felt like when you heard the news, right? That TikTok's going away, and you posted a video, and it was you were in your car and you got kind of emotional. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and I need to preface this because I was in the car with my brother when I saw it, and you do a lot of like bits and like skits. I didn't know if you were being for real or not at first. I was like, oh, like he's just like joking.
I didn't know
and
I
then
was being for real.
Video ended, and I was like, oh. And then my brother was like, why are you like smiling? I was like, oh, I thought it was gonna be like a funny bit at the end.
Yeah.
He was like, bro, you fucked up. I was like, oh.
No, yeah, I already, yeah. That video, dude, it was so crazy because, like, I don't know why I got so fucking emotional on that. Like I said, I was at a dark time when I started posting on TikTok for many reasons. One of them being, like, me and my ex broke up. Another one being, like, just my emotional state on, like, life, right? So there was just so much going on when I started posting. And I just realized, like if I would have had like those last 3-4 years without TikTok, like, I mean, TikTok consistently for the last 3 years has been a minimum of like 7 to 12 hours a day, like on my screen time. So I was just thinking like, damn, like I've been so consistent on this and it's changed my life for the better. Like it was just like a boatload of emotions coming over, like, wow. And like normally I won't post like stuff like that, you know, because like it looks like you're just seeking for attention, right? Like crying on screen. But I felt like it was only fair for like my viewers that like, you know, have grown with me or like have done this whole thing with me on social media the entire time to like get my raw and actual feelings on how I feel about losing them too. You know, because like it's a whole community. Like it's crazy. Like I'll go outside and I'll get like people like, oh my God, I love you, Pablo. And it's just like, that's so cool. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, that's awesome. So it was just like super sad seeing it all just like into the wind, you know?
Was that like a wake up call to like, on you really take YouTube seriously?
So I was actually like locked in on YouTube like before that happened. Yeah. And it was kind of like when that was happening, the only thing that was keeping me like calm was like, okay, at least I started YouTube already. But it was just like perfect timing, the fact that I started YouTube before that band. And then, I mean, the boys, like moving in with them, gosh, they've been helping me out so much. Yeah. Yeah, but like if I have any questions, like they're all like on it to help me, like Ray, Sunny, Jerry, even Hosey. And I haven't gotten close with Jaco yet, but I'm sure he definitely helped me too. But like regardless, whatever question I have or like if I want to film, they're like, yeah, bro, let's do it. And it's sick. It's cool because like they just took me in.
And what content could people expect from your YouTube channel this year?
This year, I think I'm going to do a lot of like cooking for sure. I love cooking. I'm going to do the talent shows again. I hosted a talent show.
That was really good.
Thank you.
I enjoyed it.
I want to do that. I definitely want to up the production on all my videos.
Yeah.
Like, just in general, get better mics, get better cameras, more mics, upping the editing, everything. Shout out Maudi. Just everything. Gym content, travel content, Japan 2025 coming soon.
With everybody or just you again?
With the boys, hopefully. Just got to convince them a little bit.
All right. On YouTube, I watch like a whole bunch of YouTubers, you know, a whole bunch of Hispanic YouTubers. I watch y'all. But who's like a YouTuber or channel that you be watching, if that's on Twitch or YouTube? Or do you consume a lot of?
I do consume a lot of YouTube. So I was an iPad kid before like iPads. So I've been on YouTube. I used to watch PewDiePie. Like I've watched every single video that's PewDiePie's posted.
Really?
And he posted daily for years. So I watched every single video from PewDiePie. Now I still watch the Sidemen mainly. Sidemen were my Los Boys growing up.
Yeah.
For a lot of you guys. I love the Sidemen. I think their content's sick. And the fact that they've been able to like upscale their production and all that is like crazy to me.
I definitely think there's like a collab that could happen. If it's you and the guys all together with the Sidemen.
That would be sick. Maybe in the future. That would be my dream collab.
Charity match.
Yeah, that would be sick to be in the charity match. But I watch a lot of like Outdoor Boys. You know the Outdoor Boys? I watch a lot of like Fisherman's Life, Outdoor Chef's Life, Smash Fishing. This is so crazy. Good Mythical Morning.
Oh, really?
I've watched almost all of Good Mythical Morning. Not
crazy.
the latest seasons, but before the last 4 seasons, I've watched everything. Boom. There's this guy that tests MREs. I do a lot of those.
Okay.
Yeah, they're very satisfying.
And I have this question because I'm just curious. If we were like to ask your parents, like, what are their thoughts about all this? Like, of course, they saw you going through the whole college thing, doing sports, but now where you are right now, like, what are their thoughts about it?
I actually filmed a video, like a podcast, not a podcast, like a Q&A with my family. I never posted it though, but I asked them like, how do you guys feel about me doing social media? And they were talking about like that they love it. Like they never expected it, but they always did. Like they always expected me to do something big. They just didn't know what. And I don't know. It's even weird to talk about it now, like from a state of point that like I made it, because that's what it sounds like. But I really feel like I'm nowhere near like what I want to get to. So it really does feel like the beginning, especially with my YouTube journey, because it literally is the beginning.
Yeah.
I started like 2 months
But
ago.
you're going really fast.
Yeah, it's going great. Thank God. Thank God.
And let's go back a year to this day. Do you think you're happier now than you were this time last year?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think right now I'm in a state where like I'm in grind mode. So I'm taking everything like 2 steps faster than I should.
Okay.
So although it was great last year, I think I'd definitely rather be in the position I'm in right now than last year. Because last year was like I was comfortable, you know? Like I was comfortable. And when you're comfortable, you don't really feel like growing. So like right now I feel like I'm in a state where like I need a fucking push. So, but other than that, I feel like a little, I need to work on my happiness this year for sure. Sure.
Another trip to Japan.
Another trip to Japan for sure.
But I seen in your videos, you like to give a quote at the end of your video. So would you give these people a quote? You can look it up on your phone if you want, but I want you to give them a quote.
Bet, absolutely. I would love to give a quote of the day here.
Because at the end of the podcast, I do give a Bible verse at the end. Yeah. But I want to do that like a little bit later, but I mean, or after.
My most recent.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and do that one.
But I saved this one. Yeah, I'm going to say this one right here. I'm going to use this one. So, today's quote of the day is Jeremiah. It's actually a Bible verse. Ironically.
Okay. This is perfect.
Jeremiah 29:11. That dream was planted in your heart for a reason. Chase it. Trust God that He will guide you to achieve greatness in your life.
Okay. With that being said, thank you, Pablo, for coming on the podcast.
Of course.
I appreciate it because it's always hard to get people on the pod, but he said yes, and he was totally down. So I appreciate you even driving all the way here. Of
course.
Yeah. And any last words you want to say to your audience? I feel like a lot of people watching this, big fans of you.
What up, guys? 2025, man. 2025. We winning. I don't know. I love y'all. Thank you for watching.
Where could they check you out on?
My YouTube is Pablo_Zolezzi. Check out my YouTube, please. Show some love in the YouTube. Just give me a little sub button.
You do be streaming a little bit though.
I do. I don't even know my Twitch though.
Oh damn! This is the Twitch.
This is my Twitch. Yeah. I'm excited.
We're
gonna do a lot. We're gonna do a lot this year.
2025.
2026 though, like that's scary stuff. Like you have no idea. Like you literally like you got like a golden seed with me right here in 2025. Like 2026 is different.
But yes, thank you once again to Pablo for coming on the podcast, and tune in next week for a brand new episode. Another big guest. I can't wait for that episode as well. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. This is the After High School podcast. We post podcasts every single Tuesday. So make sure to check us out. And thank you guys for watching.